Hello, welcome back. It's Friday and we are working on the monthly journal, or the journal monthly. I keep saying it the wrong way around, don't I? Which is the tag book. So as you can see, it's changed a little bit from when I left you last week. Basically what I did was I went through and I added lacy edges to each of my tags, okay, and I went on alternate sides. So I went to the right and then to the left, okay, and then to the right, that one slightly different again, to the left. And I just carried on through because I wanted to make sure that I had fluff coming out of both sides. I then did a little hole and a grommet and tied, not a bow, more of a knot on each of them, just so they looked a little bit more tag-like with a top. Okay, and again, I was just adding more fluff. And on this one, I've put doily on each side, which I can then use. I haven't got anything to hand, of course, but I can then use as a bit of a pocket. Okay, so that's what I did while you were gone. I just decorated all the edges, so there was fluff coming out. And this one here, I added some to the bottom. Just, you know, I wanted it all fluffy. I did say that to you from the very beginning. So today what I want to look at doing is putting in some pages to make this into a journal. So like here where we've got a flip, I need to decide whether I want to put journal pages in there or whether I want to put them there between the two blues. Yeah. Do I want to put some there, which will be upside down? That'll be fun. And then when we come back up, do I want to put some more in there? Maybe in there. So we can really pad this out now and turn it much more into a journal. So I have an assortment of papers, and this is probably the boring bit because you all know how to do this, but just in case we have some new people who are not sure, I'm gonna do at least one with you. So I'm thinking I would like it there between the two pages. So I can't make them any wider than that. So if I move the stack of papers for a minute, the width of that tag is 3 inches. So I need 6 inch wide. So when I fold it in half, it's 3. And then I need it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. So I need 6 by 5 papers. So we've got some lovely graph paper. I've got some light tea dyed paper. I've got some coffee dyed lined paper. I've got, yes I have, I've got some music paper. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to tear with my tear ruler, so I've got jagged edges. So we need it 5 high first of all, and those of you that have been here before know I have a bit of an issue when writing and lines go the wrong way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm turning it on its side so that when I turn it back to sew it in, it will be the right way round. So that's 5, and we need it 6. So you get rid of the excess white to start with. Wow, it's really warm in here. I'm going to have to get up and turn the fan round, I think, because it's not in my direction at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And goodness me, I have to tell you, how delighted am I to be at my crafting table today. Yesterday was the day that we took the children into London, the grandchildren into London to visit the Natural Science Museum. And yes, we had a fabulous day. The children had a great day. There was a lot of new experiences for them. I mean, they've been on a train before, but they've never been on the underground, which of course, those of you that know it, I think it's called the metro in a lot of countries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was a new experience for them. They'd never been to a museum, so that was a new experience. And we just had a fabulous day. But gosh, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to tell you, it was so hot that we all kept drinking all day, which meant we were constantly looking for toilets. And we walked, and I know this because hubby wears one of those smartwatch things that lots of people wear. 2, 3, 4, 5. We did 12,000 steps yesterday. Now, I don't think, because we've had days where we've walked double that, that's a huge amount of steps, particularly. But when you're walking that in the heat, with children in tow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, young children, because they're 4 and 5, it was absolutely exhausting. So yeah, to be sitting still here this morning is quite amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I suppose it just goes to show our age, really. We were both falling asleep in the chair by 9 o'clock last night. So for the first time in I don't know how long, we were in bed by 10. Absolutely crazy. So, I mean, yeah, great fun. We got some lovely pictures from, you know, storing memories and all of that. But wow. We did say, because they then said that they'd like to go to their Natural History Museum, that we would obviously take them, but we'd go in the winter when it was cold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I can't count now. Look, 3, 6 is there. So yeah, totally, wow, just done us in. And the crazy thing is, we couldn't believe how much it costs to use a train now. There was 2 adults, 2 children, return trip to London. It was £76 on the train. Can you believe that? Absolutely horrific. But as hubby pointed out, there is literally, because anybody that's been will know, that the museums are all together. So you've got like the Natural History Museum, you've got the Science Museum, you've got the Victoria and Albert Museum. They're all together in like a big block in South Kensington. Well, anybody that knows London knows that South Kensington, you ain't going to park. And if by any miracle you do find somewhere to park, it is going to cost more than an arm and a leg. So that's going to go in there. It's going to give me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it's going to give me 20 little sides to use for either decoration or journaling. And for now, what I'm going to do, because obviously I'm not going to bore you by sewing it in, I'm just going to put a paper clip to hold that there. Okay. And then if you come to the next one, let's do a big one. let's go here. I'm gonna, yeah, I definitely want to put one in here. So, oh, look at that. That's pretty awesome, because that is about 1/2 inch too tall, and it is about 1/2 inch too wide. So that's good. So we can get both of those out of the same sort of A4 sheet, which is pretty handy. So I'm just gonna come across there, take 1/2 inch there, pop it down here, take 1/2 inch, whoops, ish from there. Now obviously if you've done your tags different sizes to me, your paper measurements will be different. You'll just cut them accordingly. But if you've done them exactly the same size, for that big one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. And then I'm just going to fold it. So they're all going to be cute little pages. You can mix up page sizes, definitely. I mean, I do that a lot, don't I? And I do like that look. So just making sure that you get the most for your buck, as it were. So then we'll have a different size one on there. That'll make that interesting. They're too small. Where's the music paper? There's the music paper, and look, that's going to be the perfect height as well. So we'll just take the white edge off, and we will wrap that round there like that, and take that edge off. So real simple non-measurements. And just keep going, and you can obviously put these journal pages in as many of the tag joins as you choose to. So that's the height that we had, isn't it? So we're going along there. And what happens when we fold that in half? It's too big. So we'll fold it in half, and then we'll just take a ruler width off the edge. And you can obviously go on and do this and do as many pages as you want, and you can do it in as many of the joins that you want. It's your journal, it's your choice. So where's my, there, this one's going to go in there. Now I'm gonna don't know where to pin it now, because of course they're all sort of double. So what I'll do is, for now, no I won't, because then it's going to get crushed. I'll just put it on the bottom there for now until I sew it in. Okay, so you can just keep going like that until you've got your desired number. And of course that's now bulking it out again, so it's getting much more tactile and scrummy. All right, now we've technically got a back cover here, so we want to do something with this, and it's quite bottom heavy, so I want to try and get something at the top here. So looking at all these layers that are sticking out, there is a bald area here. So what have I got in all my fabrics that I can now decorate that top bald area in? So let's look at the fabrics. We've basically used the blue flower and the multicolour flower at the moment. So we want a different one to go up there. So what else did we have in the dress? There's the multi-flower, there's the blue flower. This blue's a little bit plain, but I do love this mock ticking here. I haven't pulled any of this out yet. So I think it's time to have some of this faux ticking out. quite a big bit. So let's find some scissors, famous last words. We're going to have to use the big boys because I don't know where the little ones are at the moment. So just a little snip, give it a good tear. It's actually quite thin, this material, so it's tearing very nicely. I don't know if it's going to tear so nicely. No. Oh, that's interesting. So it's just give me a strip. Oh, we'll definitely want strips, won't we, at some point? So let's try again now and see if we can go up this seam. Because I hadn't realised it's actually in 2 pieces. There we go. And I'm just now going to actually snip the whole thing off so that doesn't happen again. Right, stuff that all in the drawer down there for a minute. So now we've got quite a nice big piece. I'm going to rip off that seam. Right, so how big an area have we got? That's quite nice. Now, again, like writing, I can't have stripes that way. I know, I'm a bit crazy. I'm wondering if I'm just going to literally sort of make a big, messy crumple to go there. Or, because that's a bit of a triangular shape, does that not really work? I quite like that actually. So up, and down, and then in at the middle. Does that? No, it's not working for me. So if we come back to this stripe, how does this work? Oh, we could get like a bit of a rosette going round there, couldn't we? I know I need to take that edge off. And then we could use one of these fussy cut flowers on the top. How does that look from here? See, now that looks lovely from that side, doesn't it? So I think I'm going to go for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this off like that. Don't know what that is. Get rid of that. So let's get some glue going on this corner. So I'm going to put down a bit of fabric glue, and again, you know, you don't have to do this with fabric if you don't want to. I know a lot of you don't like working with fabric. You could be doing this with fussy cut flowers. So spread that all out like that, and then I'm just going to start by just crumpling it all in and round like so. Bit of a semicircle going on there. We've got an interesting pattern on the back. Maybe pull that down a little bit. Let's have a look. Yep, lovely. And then this is going to sit on top of there. Again, fussy cut flower, whatever you like. But before I put that down, I want to go back to my papers. And I can't help myself, you see, it's going to be another flower, isn't it? I can just, not flower, photograph. I can just feel it coming. I mean, you could actually use some receipt, do a bit of a collage. So, now I'm sure a lot of you would do that, but I just can't. I'm sorry, just can't. I've done it a few times, and whenever I look back at it, I regret it. So, right, let's have a little look. So if you go across about there, that is going to go there. See, it really does need to be that way because it needs to be bigger. So what have I got instead? We've got some vintage book page. Let's go for some layers, shall we? we'll have vintage book page. Like that. We'll have some of that there, like that, so we can pull off there. Okay, our flower is going to go up there like that, and then we're going to have one of these lovely picture. Oh, have we got, look, a check there or something. I can't tell you where these come from. I'm really sorry. I just dug them out of my stash. So they're from a kit somewhere. But I already had them printed. See, now again, that's going to go the wrong way, isn't it? But we could do it. Just trying to see which way I want it. I want it that way. So tear that off there. So this goes there. That butts up to the lace. That's going to overhang the lace there, like that. And then we need a photo. This lady with the hat's rather nice. Should we go with her? So I don't know if I'm tearing off screen. If I am, I'm sorry, but all I'm doing is tearing the papers. You're not really missing anything. And seriously, after yesterday, I'm too tired to keep standing up and down and checking in the camera screen. It's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Right, now we can't see any of that book page. So it's almost pointless it being there, which, you know, is not what we want. So stick down there, you. So that goes all the way to the top. That one comes down, and this one goes over there like that. Now we're going to see all of our layers, and then I'm going to pop her flower up there. There we go. Yes, very happy with that. Again, remember what I said to you before, in that when you use paper on a cover, you must layer it up with something like gel matte medium. Otherwise it's not going to withstand, because it's only paper, you know. Especially the vintage paper, because that's often small and brittle anyway. So I'm just using PVA here because, shock of horrors, I have no glue stick. That goes, I believe, about there. And that one comes over that side onto the lace. That's what we did. It's all about the layers. And for me, it's about going, you know, backwards and forwards and backwards. So you can see little bits of everything, all different layers. Obviously didn't get any glue on that bottom bit. There we go. Right, so that's stuck all of those down. Now I'm going to put down my lady. So we'll glue her up as well. And she is going to go there. So that's still sticking out. Okay. All our layers. And then this one is going to come on top there like that. almost like an extra pattern to her hat. Where's the glue? Fabric. Oh, that's the front, isn't it? I don't think it matters. So just put in little doubles. On those wide bits to make sure you can't really see it. Oops. And then picking it up and popping that there. So we're sticking it to the blue and we're sticking it to the photograph and the back tag and everything. There we go. So there's my back cover. I will obviously give it a couple of coats of gel matte medium. And that's now added extra fluff there. So I'm just loving it. But you can still see enough of that blue background to make it, you know, worthwhile having it there. Okay, so we've talked about our journal inserts. We've done our back cover. Now it's about some ephemera pieces to go in here, some pockets and things like that. So I'm going to get rid of the actual journal for a moment, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to work out what I'd like to do. So I would definitely like to have this man in here somewhere. So he can probably become a pocket. Whoops. So I'm going to tear him down like that. Okay, that's him. And I feel like he should go onto that, what I said was boring plain blue fabric here, because it's almost a bit denim-y, isn't it? So if we pop him, see, I'm still not functioning well, am I? We'll pop him on there. So I want to cut a bit that's almost too small, if that makes sense. Cut, tear, whatever. And we're going to put him on a bit of an angle, and I'm going to leave these seams and threads. I think they're really good. But in order to make it a pocket, I now want to stick the whole thing to some coffee dyed paper, because it's the paper that makes it easy to have the pocket. So these are just basic pockets that I know you've all done many times before. So that's going on there. Right, we need a fold back so that we get some depth to our pocket. So I'm going for about ½ inch there. Then we've got our fabric and our picture. So that wants to be on 7. So I'm going to fold it again at 7. But again, you know, you'll do this to suit yourself according to the size of your tags. Okay, so there's my fold back to give us, you know, a gusset pocket. Okay, and then we are going to have some fabric glue on here, which I'm just going to spread out. I suppose I ought to make sure you can see and check this isn't a totally pointless video. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to stick my fabric on. Does it go that way or that way? I think it goes that way, but that way round. So we're going to pop that on there, like that. Okay. Then we're going to pop him on there like that. So we want him going on a diagonal. Oh, did I have... I thought I had some cheesecloth in here, but obviously not. Right. going to put him. Look, some glue coming out there. I think we can live with that. You can see we're slightly over our pocket, but that suits me very, very nicely. Okay, I'm just wondering, I should, no. Okay, so we've got him. We need something up here. I'm not quite sure what yet. Probably some kind of word or something. So let's find where we want to put this. And this is all I'm basically going to do now. I'm just going to keep going through and working out what goes where. Now that would be a great pocket on that page, wouldn't it? So we're going to glue the return flap, obviously, on both sides and across the bottom. And then I'm going to pop that just about there, like that. And that is obviously then going to allow us to put something in the pocket. So I'm going to leave that there for now, just so we remember that's a pocket, and I'll come back and when that's dry and we'll fiddle with that a bit more. Okay, now that's got its pockets, so I'm going to actually make, believe it or not, tags to go in the tag book. So let's go through. Now I'm going to use some of this B tissue paper. So this, I believe, was part of a happy swap. I can't, not tissue paper, napkin. I can't, I'm afraid, remember exactly where it came from. And what I love about napkins like this is because it's been heavily printed, you can use the second page as well for a muted version. So let's get some book page. That's quite interesting. Let's get some bees going on there. That'll be lovely. So first things first, don't use those fabric scissors, Claire. Let's get ourselves a trim, but then these scissors are useless. That's why really a wet brush is the best thing. I told you that many times. Right, that's going to go along there. And I will do another one of these in the other napkin, because I had two napkins, didn't I, to give me two completely different tags. So here we go with the gel medium and a Jenga issue. So a blob down there, and then before I pack up and put this away, because I've got the medium out, I'll put a coat on that back cover. No, don't you dare start curling up on me. We don't want that. Press that down. If I can get some wrinkles, all the better, because I do like a wrinkly napkin. I know people spend ages trying to get them dead flat, and that's, you know, that's fine if that's your bag, but me, I like a crinkle one if I can. So these ones I'm prepping for next week. Next week obviously they'll be totally dry and I can come back and turn these into tags. So I'm just going to pick it up like that and move that over there to dry. So then let's do another one with the other napkin. So there's the other napkin. Another bit of good book page. If need be, I've got, no, because that's all going to be going the wrong way. I've got some more down here, so let's find one that's all word. That one is all word. Like that. You only want half of it. The other thing I'd like to make is some narrow envelopes. So next week we will finish these tags. We'll make a couple of narrow... Why can't I separate that? Come on, Claire. There you go. A couple of narrow envelopes. Whoops. That's obviously had some glue or something, look, next to it on it, because it wouldn't separate without tearing. You see, this one's not printed as dark because you can't really see it as clearly as you could the bees on the second page. So again, I'm still picking up the wrong scissors, because I know those fabric scissors are so lovely and sharp. I automatically want to use them for everything. But you mustn't. Those of you that don't know, I can't imagine anybody doesn't know, but if you don't know, paper is the best thing to blunt your scissors. So if you put your best fabric scissors through paper, you'll blunt them. And they will no longer be your best fabric scissors. They'll be pretty awesome paper scissors for a little while, but they won't be fabric scissors. So yeah, don't do it with, you know, those of you that tell you these things, tell you because we've done it and we know, and it's a very annoying and costly mistake, because good fabric scissors are not cheap. If you've bought them, you'll know. Right, pick that up. Whoa, see how weak that vintage paper is? And oh, I'm going to put that over there to dry. I just need to, I'm sorry, you probably got a view of my night dress there, didn't you? Never mind. We all wear them. And after yesterday, I'm too lazy to get dressed. It's not stopping me doing anything, I'm just not getting dressed. Right, so your signatures, a pocket, and 2 strips of napkin covered paper ready to make tags. So, as always, thank you so much for joining me. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye for now.